Hey Canonites, welcome back for more Canon goodies. Let's not waste any time and dive in. This week opens with some questions submitted by community members, and boy does Grim deliver. The first question is in regards to any Sangheili counselors who survived the Great Schism. As you'll recall, many were killed by Gerald Hane at the Prophet of Truth's command. As it turns out, those that survived were just as divided on the future of the Sangheili and the Covenant as the Sangheili race at large. Some joined the Swords of Sanghelios, some would go on to work under Julum Dama, and others worked with other Covenant splinter groups. The second question asks about the fate of Spartan Koju Romeo Agu following the events of Halo New Blood. Shortly after the mission on Talitsa, Romeo was tasked with a solo mission to take out a group of Magyar pirates disrupting supply chains to the colony of Concord. Testing a prototype Deadeye Mjolnir system, Romeo took out the pirates over the course of 4 days. Following that, he was assigned to a new Spartan team, his current missions and whereabouts classified. I'm still not a big fan of Romeo and Buck splitting up, but at least we have an idea of what Romeo is up to. Maybe we'll see him in Halo 5's campaign, or at least hear about him. The final question regards some inconsistencies with the depiction of Halo rings, notably in regards to installations 03 and 07. In Halo 3, when crossing the bridge to stop Truth, and later as you escape the Flood, you'll notice holographic projections of the Halo rings. Installations 04 and 05 both have the familiar lush green, for the most part, while other rings have a variety of different environments. Looking again at installations 03 and 07, we see a desert-like environment, and one that appears to have heavy yellow cloud cover, respectively. Of course, when we hear of Installation 07 in Halo Hunters in the Dark, it's described as similar to Installation 04 or 05, and even has wildlife. While both Halo 4 and Halo Escalation carry over the desert motif for Installation 03, the depiction in Spartan Strike is that of lush green jungles. So why is this? The answer given is twofold. 1. Custodial dereliction, meaning lazy monitor, and 2. Biological remediation, referring to the ring's ability to repair damage to its environment, an ability we've seen firsthand in the Halo CEA terminals. The basic idea here is that at some point these rings did look as they're depicted in Halo 3. We know in detail why Installation 07 looks like it had a complete environmental breakdown thanks to Halo Primordium. In the eons since, the ring's environments have been able to recover, but due to monitor negligence, the holographic representations at the Ark weren't updated. Well, that ends the Q&A session and brings us to the next section of the article. Good news to anyone who's been holding off on buying Halo New Blood due to its digital-only nature. New Blood will see a print release. Sadly, it's not until March of 2016. However, I'm hoping that what we'll see isn't just a print of New Blood, but a collection of this year's digital-only novels, New Blood, Saint's Testimony, and Shadow of Intent. Otherwise, it'll likely be a long wait for Shadow of Intent to be printed, and we may never see a print of Saint's Testimony. I mean, that thing is ridiculously short. And that's pretty much it for the main article. There's an ad for Halo Escalation, and a tease for another interview with Frank O'Connor to follow up the release of Halo Saint's Testimony, but that's about it. Oh, and there's a little test at the end. Do you know what an Osuna is? Without looking it up? Anyway, we wrap up as always with the latest Halo Universe entries. This week we have the Outer Colony world of Harvest and Sergeant Major Avery Jr. Johnson. For Harvest, it's mostly repeat information if you've kept up to date with the lore. It's an outer colony, one best known for its heavy agricultural exports, and was the site of the first engagement with Covenant forces. Some of the more interesting stuff, though, has to do with its pre-human history. Harvest, known to the Forerunners as CE-309-8D, was a SHIELD waystation facility, meaning flood research and containment facilities, and administrative nodes for directing Forerunner defenses in the area. Also explains how it led to Arcadia and a previously unknown SHIELD world. The flood facilities also explain a line from Halo Wars that at one time bothered fans.
No longer. What if the infection defiles the relic? I care not for your little life. Open the relic.
The Zealot, it seems, was worried about the presence of Flood. And of course, closing out this article is a mention of the Wargames map known as Harvest, based on the Space Tether complex outside the planet's capital of Utgard. The Johnson article is sadly pretty short and provides no new information. I'm sure you'll all recall that line from Halo 2 where Johnson says his escape from Installation 04 was classified. Well, that only scratches the bloody surface. This guy's birth date is classified. But give it time. Give it time. Anyway, that wraps things up for today. The Q&A stuff was fantastic, and I can't wait for that follow-up interview with Frankie, and the physical copy of New Blood. Lots to look forward to, as always. Well, until next time, this has been Halo Canon. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing, and sharing it around. You are the reason I get to keep doing this, so thank you. Profusely thank you. If you want to dive deeper into Halo's lore, head over to the Halo Archive. It's a lore-based community that welcomes everyone from experts to rookies. No matter what your working knowledge, you'll be sure to find a friend and a good time.